Go ahead and make it bigger, please. You're on, so don't say anything about the name.
Okay.
Can I get you a move so
The lantern. German village. Cupo Joe. Riverside Hospital. Allison Carey. Carrie Elizabeth. Daycare. Best friends.
Well, it's pausing.
St. Stephen's.
That's
November.
Oh, it said to wait 20 seconds.
Okay, I was wondering. While you guys are in between, rest your arms. There.
And when you're resting in a deafblind situation, do you still leave your hands on top of
No.
theirs? Or do they come and get your hands?
You'll tap them on the back of the shoulder.
This
and
is the
get
story of
them
my
ready.
most successful job interview. It was 3 years ago.
Yeah, her hands would have normally followed you.
So it's her job to keep her hands
Yes,
on mine. not
exactly,
mine.
exactly, yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, if you miss it, it's your fault.
It's exactly right, it's her fault.
Hold me, man.
Yeah.
So it was 3 years ago when I was a student at OSU. I was reading the student newspaper called The Lantern. I was just casually looking over.
Should I just do it?
Just go back to the beginning and see if, since it's, sorry interpreters, go back a little bit more. So while it's,
Yeah.
okay, let's try that. Put your arms down, guys.
So this is the story of my most successful job interview. 3 years ago, I was a student at OSU. There's a student newspaper called The Lantern, and I was just casually reading it one day. And I was looking through the advertisements, and something caught my eye. the advertisement said, young parents have a young girl, a 2-month-old girl, and we need a babysitter. We live in the German Village area. And reading this, I thought it was very interesting. At this time it was December, and I knew I'd be graduating in January, so I thought it would be a good fit for me. So I emailed them that night and told them I had seen their ad, and I thought they'd be a good fit for their for their family. I worked at the daycare at St. Stephen's, and I told them that in an email. I was waiting for their reply, and it had been about 12 hours, and I hadn't heard anything back. So I emailed them again. I told them that I was really interested, and I thought that I'd be a perfect fit for their family, and to please email me back. I was waiting, and I started to get nervous that maybe they were interviewing other people and ignoring me. So I emailed them again, and I said, please email me back. So finally, the next day, they emailed me and said, we're sorry, we're at the hospital because our baby is being born. They said that they were at Riverside Hospital and that they'd be heading home soon. They said maybe we could meet one day next week to discuss the job at Cup of Joe.
Janet, hold your leg still.
So I went to Cup of Joe the next day and found a seat and sat and waited for the mom to come in. She sat down across from me, and the two of us started the interview. Her name is Allison Carey. Her daughter's name is Carrie Elizabeth. Carrie was sleeping, and she was so adorable. She was just cute and precious and so small. She really was a beautiful baby, and I loved her right away. So we discussed the job. I told her that I was finishing school soon and where I lived. So after that, I went to her house and met her husband. Give me just a second. So after that, they decided they were going to hire me. I was going to be their nanny.
You guys can switch if you have it. Interpreters, not voicers. Keep going.
My back. Massage.
So for 2 years, I nannied for them. And Carrie and I are absolutely best friends. I love Carrie.
Nice job. Good job. would like to have seen some more. I know I moved because she didn't have somebody to give it her feedback. So the next time we're going to have you voice it instead of you voicing it again. You did a nice job with it. Good lag time. I'd like to see a little more transitions.
Okay.
You know, when the stories are slower, they're harder to do. You know, people think, oh, you know, but I like it when they're a little faster than that. I can keep a momentum. It's hard to keep a momentum. How are we doing, deafblind interpreters?
My back already hurts.
Your back already hurts. I'm
As a
hearing
deaf
it.
blind person for 10 minutes, my arms are on fire.
Imagine.
It's
And I wasn't even interpreting.
I've interpreted for deafblind people all day, and I think I felt sorry for myself. Then I thought, you got to keep your arms up the entire time. I get to break every 15 minutes. All the time. So that's why I said, drop your hands when you're not doing anything. Let them have a break.
I had a question.
Yes.
I didn't get to try the interpreting, but for like.
Well, you're going to in a minute.
Well, but I noticed when she was interpreting.